Hey, welcome back to my channel, Texas Gal Treasures. Today we are hitting the thrift store again, and we're going to take a look at what kinds of things I pick up, why I pick them up, and what kinds of things I leave behind. And I truly appreciate when y'all leave me comments and let me know when I miss things. There was, I think the last one that I went through where I was going through the thrift store and I almost picked something up and I was like leaning towards it. I didn't recognize it for what it was, but in the comments, you guys let me know that it was a specific brand of glassware that I was not aware of. So there is room for everyone to learn here. So I am always open to learning new things. So if you know something that I don't know and I miss it, please tell me so that I can also up my game when I'm going to the thrift stores as well. Jumping right in here, let's take a look at some of these ceramic bowls. I've been looking at some of these lately. I'm looking for brands that I'm familiar with, whether it's Pottery Barn, Crate and Barrel. Sometimes there's one like this that I don't recognize the brand, but I kind of wish that I picked it up. There are things that I haven't been picking up lately because my storage space is not available right now, so it's harder for me to pick up certain items in order to get them listed because I don't have anywhere to store them right now. Very soon. I really liked this bowl and this bigger, I don't know, I mean, I guess it's still a bowl, but what would you put in it? I guess it's for display. But it didn't have a brand. I didn't recognize it, so I went ahead and left it behind. Let me know if you see anything as we're going along here too. Then I thought this might have been Corningware, but it didn't have any kind of marks on it, so that's one that I left behind. Some Corningware can sell for really good money. And I liked that milk glass. At first I thought it was like a pedestal type, this one right here. I thought this was like a pedestal type cake stand sort of, but it was not. It was just a, I don't know what you would call that, like open work along the edges. That's one of those not mosquito killers, wasp killers, wasp destroyers. This is actually a really nice thrift store. This one's over in Parker. I don't get over there very often anymore. It was the one that was near where I was renting before we moved. Then, what else am I seeing here? That looks like a little homemade ashtray. That was like a melamine type of bowl. So put that back. There is a melamine that can sell though. That looks like, yeah, like a little butter type dish. But again, left that behind. So over here with the plates and bowls, I find these Indigo Crate and Barrel bowls. This is a brand that I really like picking up. However, some of the items can sit, so I do like to look them up. These were priced kind of high. They were $3 a piece. This is over at the Arc thrift store. But Crate and Barrel stuff, like I say, can really sell. So I'm sitting there like trying to figure out, okay, looks like we've got 8 bowls here at 3, it's like $24. Gonna have to store them. Do I want to sell them as a lot? Do I want to sell them individually? So there was so much going into my thought process about whether or not I should pick these up. Now there are some Crate and Barrel bowls. These are some nesting bowls that sold for about $39. Here's another Crate and Barrel nesting bowl, but it's just one of them that sold for about $50. And then this is the Crate and Barrel pearl pattern sugar and creamer, and this sold for $63. So I wasn't seeing a whole lot of the bowls that I saw there for sold, so I decided to go ahead and leave them. Again, here's another serving bowl sold for $62. So it's worth checking if you find Crate and Barrel items. Luckily, some of these bowls still had the original barcode on them and the name of what it was, so that really helped me when I was looking them up in the store, because I could type in like, because I would just say like blue Crate and Barrel bowl, but there's like a bazillion because it said like specifically what it was called. It really helped me make that call in the store. Otherwise, I might have brought it home. Now, next is this really cool lamp. They wanted $7 for this. I decided to go ahead and leave it. I think it's a neat lamp, but I don't think $7. I'm not sure that I would be able to make that much. Now, look at this guy. Look at this guy. I'm going to tell you now, this is my shame. when I saw this, I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I should have just gone with that. But then I kept talking myself out of it. I was like, ooh, I think at first I thought it's one of those candle warmers, right? That you put the wax in. But it turns out it was not one of those candle warmers. There are candle warmers that can sell. And I think this guy could sell either way. I'm like trying to get a good shot of him. Like you could see where the light would shine through his eyes. And I'm trying to figure out like what goes on these little grooves. And all I could think of, you're probably screaming at the TV or computer right now. But anyway, some warmers can sell for a lot of money. We'll get back to the alien and what he really is. So if you see like some of these Scentsy ones, this 100th anniversary celebration Disney one, these are selling for like $250, $280 regularly. And then here's another wax warmer. Some of the Yankee Candle ones, especially the Halloween, can sell really well. I have some of the Halloween stuff. All right, drum roll please. Some of you probably already know what this alien is / was. He is a lava lamp. I didn't even think, I was looking around to see like, is there a dish that's missing from his head? And so I put him in the cart thinking I'm going to look around for this dish that goes on his head. It didn't even like cross my mind that he was a lava lamp. Item for this alien lava lamp that I did not pick up for $200. And I know like the top of him was missing, but I still think he would have sold. Like we could have crafted something for the top of his head. Because even like his eyes lighting up probably looked so cool. Well, never mind. Never mind. It happens. It happens. Then I still can't. I can't. When I went back to edit this, I was like, oh, I can't believe this. But looking through here, I like this. But I don't. It's like, why do I like this? Why am I drawn to this? It's definitely vintage. And it's got this shell, and I like the gold, and I like the little guy holding up the shell, and it's kind of like a marble base on it. So it was heavy, but I just couldn't. This is another one of those things where probably, again, I'm like, oh, I probably should have gotten that. But my gut was like, no, just leave it. Does it happen? And this is something that I'm like, I wish these sold. They really, I looked these up, and they weren't really selling. I like them. Though that's just kind of like a hammered Hecho in Mexico light plate cover. I liked it, but no, didn't get it. Moving on, I am looking at some of the candles here. And if you caught my little short yesterday about just one thing, this is where I find the Mirage candles from that video. So this is a little joy heart. I guess it's one of those like paper or paperweight, but it's not super duper heavy, but it's got a bell in it. I don't know. I just liked it. So I got it for me, and who knows, maybe we'll sell it. But for the moment, I liked the bell. So looking through here, what else do we see? They look like little gumdrops. Those are pretty cute. And let me know, that was cute too, but I didn't recognize it, so I left it behind. And then we have what? A sock monkey ornament. He looks like he's ready for a luau and to go swimming at the same time. Probably not safe, but to each his or her own, correct? So this is all the Christmas stuff. I can't remember if this was shot right around Christmas time or right after. I think it was probably right after Christmas time. Oh, here we've got this bowl, and from in the shadows, I was like, oh, it looks like it's got a really good tarnish. But when I pulled it out, you could tell like, oh, it's a fakey tarnish. But if you find a real bowl that's got, silver that's tarnished, it can sell for a lot of money. So a nice silver, even a silver plate pedestal bowl can sell for good money. Both of these are sterling silver ones that sold for right around $95. One's at $81. So definitely worth double checking, even if it's in the shadows. And turns out to be just fakey tarnish. I was like, shucks. Now, what else have we got here? I always like coasters, but I've got to stop picking them up. Some of them sell. I mean, I like because they don't take up a lot of space and they're easy to ship and store and things like that. But sometimes they sit for a little while. So I'm seeing, there's my Mirage candles. I did this quick video about just, things that sell. And these are these flameless candles that actually look like they have a little flame on top. Some of them move, some of them don't. These are not moving ones, but these two candles are probably going to sell for like $30. So you can see these Mirage candles. These are a sold listing for these tapers, same exact ones I've got, for $30. So glad I got those. That is the Mirage candle. Tap, tap in the cart. Then let's see, what else do you guys see here? What's been selling for you too while we're at it? I was drawn to these little shoes. I sat there and looked them up because I thought, oh, these look like something people would like. No, they were not selling. I think there was like from this brand maybe one or two of the shoes that were worth picking up, but no, not at all. And then I thought I know you guys are like finding glassy babies left and right. Not I, said the fly. I did not find one. I've seen fake ones and like ones that have wrapped that are trying to mimic it, but no, they're not. They are not. Then this is a nice little vase set. There's one that's matte and two that are glossy, but it wasn't a brand that I knew, and they wanted $6 for these little vases. I was like, never mind. And then I do find these copper, they look handmade candle holders. And they are marked though. It's marked with, I think, a G. Yeah, there it is, G. I couldn't find this exact brand, but they're sort of that primitive style. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and take a chance on these candle holders. Now, there are some copper candle holders that can sell for a lot of money. And this is one that sold, this candelabra that sold for $169. And then there were quite a few of this Hessel Studios. So I really wanted to point this one out because if you see it, this is one that you definitely want to pick up. So this Hessel Studios, they're marked with a stamp that says Hessel Studios. But if you don't know that this is a thing that can sell for close to $200, you might leave it behind. So if you see Hessel Studios, get it. Into the cart you go, trying not to be sad about the alien head. And this was something I picked up too. I was like trying to decide, do I want this or do I not? I know that's for me, but I did not get that. I thought, well, maybe I'll get it and I'll put something in there, a plant, and watch it die. Because apparently that's what plants come, and they come here to die. I can't keep them alive lately. All right. On a personal note, sounds like a personal problem, Margaret. I see this little Minnie Mouse light, but I leave that behind as well. I didn't seem like anything that would sell for a lot of profit. However, some Disney things obviously can sell for a lot of money, as you guys probably know. It's hit or miss, right? Some Disney things are flops and some are good money. I thought that was interesting. What's the story with this light? It looks like it's just the cover for something, maybe like on the wall, but there's a cord, and I kept trying to make it into something cool, but it really just wasn't. Unless it was, let me know. Look at me second guessing myself. See, I love stuff like this, but again, I'm like, I'm gonna leave that. I don't think it's gonna sell. Looking around for marks and stamps on things, because sometimes you just never know, and you don't know until, if I see something like that's unassuming, but then I see it stamped, and then I can look it up, and then it might be something I've never heard of before. That's worth a lot of money. Then down here, this is a bronze of this ram. However, when I start looking closer at it, it's got like chips and stuff in the surface, so it's almost like it's coated. You know, see the bottom? Yeah, so I think that it's like a resin, and then it's been coated in metal, because I was like, wow, it's really heavy. But then the closer you look, I'm like, ooh, I don't think that's what I think it is. So if it had been like a bronze, like through and through, I put it in my cart anyway, clearly. Like, maybe I'll just look it up. Why not? But then there's this bank, and this is a brand that is, I'm going too fast, I can't see it. But the brand for this can sell for really good money. This is a bald eagle bank. The brand is called Banthrico, which is not one I'd heard of, but I know some people love their bald eagle stuff. And this is pretty awesome looking. I mean, he's majestic. One of my kids saw a bald eagle the other day when we were driving through the mountains. But here are a few of the I'm going to say this wrong, Banthrico. And the other one looked like a promotional item too for, I think it was Bank of Utah or something like that. So here's a Chevy that sold for $165. Here's the Pentagon, sold for about $80. And you know, our bald eagle, he didn't sell for as much as these other guys did, but still a good $25, you know, sale, $23. Now it was, I think it was like $6 or something like that for it. But I went ahead and got it because I just think he's really cool. And for $6, if I sell him for $30, I mean, it's still a fair profit. If you don't know me by now, I like to buy things as inexpensively as possible, as you may, yeah, probably most of us do. I would rather not spend a lot of money unless I know I'm going to get a huge amount of profits. I'm debating this. I'm like, what to do? But I do not end up getting the Ram because it just really bothered me that it was just coated. I was like, darn it, I really wanted it to be a true bronze, you know, and they went at $9. I'm like, if I'm wrong and y'all are like, that's money right there, Margaret, please let me know. So I'm looking along the edges for any kind of maker's marks just in case, because I'm second guessing myself thinking, oh, watch me put this back and it be something really special. The next thing I find, well, I think that I find anyway, I thought that was maybe a Le Creuset or some kind of cool spoon rest. Always looking for some nice ones. Oh, that's a cute little, is it Pioneer Woman? It looks kind of like Pioneer Woman like style. Then I see this, I love that kind of thin bone china. So when I see that, I'm like, okay, this looks fine. This looks nice. So this is Coalport. And I know this brand because I've seen it before. This particular item from Coalport is like not selling great, so I don't get it, but I just want to bring your attention to the name of this brand, Coalport, because especially with like demi-tasse, teacups, and saucers, it can sell for so much money. So look at this Coalport quarterfoil demi-tasse cup, sold for $480. Here's another one that sold for $375, and yet another that sold for $311. So keep Coalport in the back of your mind, because if you see a nice little demi-tasse with a saucer, you might be looking at a few $100. It is small, but it is certainly mighty. Stop looking at the alien. It's my shame. My shame. Why didn't I look at that plate on top? I mean, I know it's like that Mexican pottery, but it's so colorful and fun. I really like it. I don't know. If you record yourself, you probably go back and say like, why didn't I look at that? I miss stuff all the time. I really, really liked these two long red kind of trays. They are Pottery Barn, so handcrafted in Portugal for Pottery Barn. When I looked up this tray and this line that they have, this Cambria, I found lots of sold with this Cambria red, like plates and cups and mugs. And there's one platter that sold for $80. It's the rectangular platter. So I didn't see any of the ones. I'm thinking, you know, it'd be nice. Maybe I can sell them for $40 a piece, maybe a little more. Leave me a comment and let me know something that you picked up lately that you're super excited about. I love hearing about the things you're finding and the things you're selling as well. And I will see you on the next video. Thanks for hanging out. Bye.